Frustrated by low energy, sluggish mornings, and that nagging feeling like your diet just isn't working no matter what you do? You're not alone. Millions start their day with a breakfast that promises fuel but delivers fatigue. But what if the simplest, most affordable fix has been sitting in your fridge all along? What if two humble eggs eaten every single day for a month could transform your energy, your focus, even your waistline? That's not a sales pitch, it's science. And in just 30 days, people just like you have reported sharper mental clarity, reduced cravings, and even unexpected weight loss, all from a breakfast that costs less than your morning coffee. But here's the twist: not all eggs are created equal, and the way you eat them could be the difference between a miracle and a mess. Wait until you see what happened when one woman replaced her sugary cereal with two eggs daily. Her energy spiked, her afternoon crashes vanished, and her doctor was stunned by her blood work. Don't skip ahead. The game-changing tip comes at 412, and it's the one thing no nutritionist talks about. The real secret comes at 130. Why most people fail with egg-based diets isn't the eggs, it's the timing. Most people miss step number 3. I'll explain why in just a moment. Now let's break down exactly what happens inside your body when you commit to 2 eggs a day for 30 days. First, your protein intake skyrockets. Each egg packs about 6 grams of high-quality bioavailable protein, meaning your muscles, brain, and immune system get the building blocks they desperately need. That's 12 grams of clean protein before lunch with zero prep time. But here's where it gets fascinating. Eggs are one of the few foods that contain all 9 essential amino acids, making them a complete protein source. This isn't just good for muscle repair, it's critical for neurotransmitter production, which means better mood, sharper focus, and fewer brain fog episodes. And because protein takes longer to digest than carbs, you stay full longer, reducing mindless snacking and late night binges. But wait, what about cholesterol? That's the myth we're demolishing today. Decades of fear-mongering painted eggs as heart villains, but recent research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that for 90% of healthy people, dietary cholesterol from eggs has little to no impact on blood cholesterol. In fact, HDL, the good cholesterol, often increases, improving heart health markers. Try this now and see what happens. Track your hunger levels for 3 days with eggs for breakfast, then 3 days without. Most people are shocked by how much more satisfied they feel. Comment yes if you've ever felt hungry an hour after breakfast. But here's the catch. How you prepare your eggs changes everything. Scrambled with butter? Great. Fried in vegetable oil? Problematic. The real secret comes at 418. The fat source matters more than the egg itself. Vegetable oils like canola or soybean are high in inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids, which can counteract the anti-inflammatory benefits of eggs. Switch to grass-fed butter, ghee, or olive oil, and you're not just cooking, you're healing. One study from Spain found that people who ate eggs with olive oil had significantly lower markers of oxidative stress compared to those using processed oils. Option A, 2 eggs fried in canola oil. Option B, 2 eggs scrambled in ghee with spinach. Which one do you think fuels longevity? The answer might surprise you. And if you're worried about salmonella or food safety, here's a troubleshooting tip. Always buy pasteurized or refrigerated eggs and cook them until the yolk is at least slightly firm. If you're doing keto or low carb, eggs are a dream, but if you're pairing them with toast every day, you're missing half the benefit. Try swapping bread for sautéed veggies or avocado. Most people miss step number 3. I'll explain why. Pairing eggs with fiber-rich vegetables balances blood sugar and supercharges nutrient absorption. Watch how one man reversed his prediabetes in 6 weeks, just by switching to 2 eggs and greens every morning. Now let's talk about the brain benefits, because this is where eggs truly shine. Each egg contains choline, a powerhouse nutrient critical for brain development, memory, and cognitive function. Choline is a precursor to acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter involved in learning and muscle control. The average person gets less than 50% of their daily choline needs, and 2 eggs provide over 250 milligrams, nearly half the recommended intake. But here's the twist. Choline is especially vital for pregnant women, older adults, and people under chronic stress, all groups who often overlook it. A 2022 study from Boston University found that adults with higher choline intake had significantly less age related cognitive decline over a 10-year period. Imagine protecting your memory while eating breakfast. Wait until you see what happened next when a 68-year-old teacher started the 30-day egg challenge. She reported sharper recall, better focus during lectures, and even improved sleep. The real secret comes at 7:45. Combining eggs with a source of healthy fat like avocado or nuts enhances choline absorption. Most people miss step number three. I'll explain why. Fat soluble nutrients need fat to be utilized. No fat, you're flushing benefits down the drain. Try this now and see what happens. Add a quarter of avocado to your next egg meal and notice how much more energized you feel 90 minutes later. But what about weight loss? Can 2 eggs really help you shed pounds without starving? Absolutely, if you do it right. In a landmark study published in the International Journal of Obesity, participants who ate eggs for breakfast lost 65% more weight over 8 weeks compared to those who ate bagels. Same calorie count. Why? Satiety. Protein and fat keep hunger hormones in check. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, drops significantly after a high protein breakfast, while peptide YY, the fullness hormone, spikes. This isn't willpower, it's biochemistry working for you. But here's the twist: if you're adding cheese, bacon, and toast to your eggs, you're stacking calories fast. The magic isn't in the eggs alone, it's in the simplicity. One woman lost 11 pounds in 30 days just by eating 2 boiled eggs and a handful of berries every morning. No gym, no drastic cuts, just consistency. Option A: 2 eggs with processed meats and refined carbs. Option B: 2 eggs with vegetables and a side of fruit. Which one supports fat loss? The answer is clear. If you hit a plateau, do this instead. Rotate your protein sources every few days to prevent metabolic adaptation. Most people miss step number three. I'll explain why. Your body gets used to the same inputs, slowing results. Try adding Greek yogurt or salmon on alternate days to keep your metabolism guessing. Now let's address the elephant in the room: sustainability and ethics. Not all eggs are created equal. Conventional factory farmed eggs come from hens in cramped cages, fed GMO feed, and treated with antibiotics. That affects not just animal welfare, but your health. These eggs often have lower omega 3s, higher inflammatory fats, and potential antibiotic residues. But here's the twist: pasture raised eggs are a game changer. Hens that roam freely and eat bugs and grass produce eggs with up to twice the omega 3s, 38% more vitamin D, and significantly higher antioxidant levels. Yes, they cost more, but consider this. If eating 2 pasture-raised eggs daily prevents one doctor's visit or one energy crash, is it worth it? One family switched to pasture-raised eggs and noticed their kids' moods improved, their skin cleared up, and their allergy symptoms reduced. The real secret comes at 11:20. Look for labels like pasture-raised, not just cage-free or organic. Cage-free still means crowded barns. Pasture-raised means actual sunlight and grass. Try this now and see what happens. Compare the yolk color of a conventional egg versus a pasture-raised one. The deeper orange? That's vitamin A and carotenoids in action. Comment yes if you've made the switch, or if you're still unsure where to start. Let's talk timing, because when you eat your eggs matters as much as how you eat them. Breakfast is the golden window. Your body is primed to use protein and fat after an overnight fast. But what if you're not hungry in the morning? That's a sign of poor metabolic flexibility. Your body's stuck burning sugar, not fat. The 30-day egg challenge can reset that. Start with 1 egg, then build to 2. Within a week, many people report morning hunger returning, your body relearning how to burn fat for fuel. But here's the twist: if you eat eggs at night, you might sleep better. Eggs contain tryptophan, the amino acid that helps produce melatonin and serotonin, key players in sleep regulation. One man struggling with insomnia started eating 2 eggs at dinner and fell asleep 20 minutes faster. Wait until you see what happened next. He also woke up more refreshed, even with less total sleep. The real secret comes at 14:10. Pairing eggs with a small carb source like sweet potato at night can enhance tryptophan uptake. Most people miss step number 3. I'll explain why. Insulin helps tryptophan cross the blood-brain barrier. No carbs? You might miss out on better sleep. If you're doing intermittent fasting, eat your eggs in your first meal. Don't spread them out. Concentrated protein intake boosts satiety and muscle synthesis more effectively. Now, let's dive into real world case studies because numbers are great, but stories stick. Meet Sarah, a 42-year-old nurse working 12-hour shifts. She was constantly exhausted, relied on energy drinks, and gained 15 pounds during the pandemic. She started the 2 eggs a day challenge with pasture-raised eggs and spinach. Within 10 days, her energy stabilized. By day 21, she stopped drinking soda. At day 30, she lost 7 pounds and her blood pressure dropped to normal levels. Her doctor called it remarkable. Then there's James, a college student pulling all-nighters. He swapped ramen for scrambled eggs and avocado. His focus improved, his grades went up, and he stopped getting sick every semester. And Maria, 60, struggling with joint pain after adding 2 eggs with turmeric and olive oil daily, her inflammation markers dropped, and she started walking without knee pain. These aren't outliers, they're patterns. But here's the twist: consistency beats perfection. Missing a day, just restart. The body responds to rhythm, not rigidity. Option A, eating eggs perfectly for 1 week, then quitting. Option B, eating them 5 out of 7 days for a month. Which leads to lasting change? B, because sustainability wins. Most people miss step number 3. I'll explain why. Identity shift. When you see yourself as someone who eats healthy breakfasts, the habit sticks. Let's troubleshoot common pitfalls. What if you hate eggs? Start with omelets. Add cheese, herbs, mushrooms, salsa. Make them exciting. What if you're allergic? Try other choline-rich foods like liver, soy lecithin, or cruciferous veggies, but know you're missing a uniquely balanced food. What if your cholesterol goes up? Rare, but possible. If your LDL spikes, reduce intake to 4 to 5 eggs per week and focus on fiber-rich foods to help clear excess cholesterol. Also, get a full lipid panel, not just total cholesterol. The ratio matters more. If you're vegan, this challenge isn't for you, but consider egg substitutes like chickpea tofu or commercial vegan eggs. Though they lack the full nutrient profile, the real secret comes at 1835. Combining eggs with vitamin C rich foods like bell peppers or tomatoes boosts iron absorption from the yolk. Most people miss step number 3. I'll explain why. Iron in eggs is heme iron, already highly absorbable, but vitamin C amplifies it further. Try this now and see what happens. Add diced red bell pepper to your next scramble and notice your energy after lunch. By day 30, here's what most people experience: sustained energy without crashes, reduced appetite, clearer skin, better sleep, sharper focus, and often weight loss. But the real transformation isn't physical, it's psychological. You start trusting your body again. You stop fearing food. You realize that health doesn't require expensive supplements or extreme diets. Sometimes it's 2 eggs and a decision to show up for yourself every morning. The simplicity is the power. But here's the final twist. After the 30 days, don't stop. Make it a lifestyle. Rotate preparations: boiled, poached, baked, scrambled, so it never gets boring. Add different veggies, different fats, different spices. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. And if you fall off, just begin again. The eggs will be waiting. Watch next. What happens if you eat avocado every day for a month? For deeper insights into healthy fats and hormone balance, save this guide for the step-by-step breakdown. You'll want to revisit it when you're ready to start your own 30-day challenge. Subscribe for part 2, where I reveal the surprising link between egg consumption and long-term brain health, including how one community reduced dementia rates by 40% just by eating more eggs.